everybody? We are at K&K Beauty Supply, and this beautiful lady right here, Shelly, is the entrepreneur that started it all. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Thank you for having me in your store.
Thank you for coming.
When was the turning point when you decided to be an entrepreneur?
Okay, so basically this isn't my first entrepreneur experience. My parents, my grandfather, he's always had land like in Texas. And then so with my mother, when she first got pregnant with me at the age of 16, she bought her first house. So we've been buying houses ever since.
I think ownership is big in our community.
Yes.
And a lot of our people, we don't gravitate to ownership.
Right.
Like we should.
Right.
And I love that. Some of the challenges that you encountered as a woman in business, can you?
The only thing I can say I can really challenge about, because having property, it's easy. Well, if you have the knowledge, it's easy to get property versus starting a business. This is my first brick and mortar.
Right.
That was challenging. Getting a loan, business, commercial loan. When they first, everything was good at first. When they found out I had an excellent credit score, my name was Shelly, which is typically a white name.
Right.
Until I had to send over my ID.
Okay.
Once I sent over my ID, it's like, oh, she's black. It changed totally.
What changed for you when you sent over your ID?
Well, what changed was, everything was hunky-dory at first with the credit score and all that. But then once they seen that I was black, now all of a sudden the process slowed down. And they wanted like, okay, well now we need to see this piece of information. I'll give it right to them. Now we need to see this. It took them a year and a half going through that when I had everything. I've always been organized, especially having businesses since I was young. My mother taught me writing checks, how you had back in the day, write checks and always balancing out. So I've always had that. So all my paperwork was in order, ready to go. But they always would counter with something else. It wasn't even necessary. And then I would give it to them. But they just sent me through a whole year and a half.
So not only did you qualify, being black, you saying you pretty much had to overqualify.
I had to overqualify, basically, yes.
Like it was trying to wear you down to quit?
It was wearing me down. It was many crying nights.
You have to make a lot of sacrifices.
Well, basically, luckily I have two kids. I'm raising them on my own. I'm a single mother. So with the teenagers, by them now getting older, it made it a little easy, but still, being home to fix I'm not a cooker, but anyway, still be home to cook for my kids, to be there with homework. I had to but they understood, which is a good thing, that they're really smart and understood. So I had to kind of sacrifice that with my, being away from my kids, trying to get this going and, them having the attitude because I'm mad because of the loan people and all that and, kind of taking it out on my kids. But like I said, I have good kids, so.
How important do you think that is for the kids to see the parents be entrepreneurs?
Extremely important. Very, that's the only way to go, because without that, I wouldn't have this. Like I said, it started with my grandfather, then my mother to me, and also I have a dad who, he was the founder and the owner of a Bill Pickett Rodeo. So that's, the only black rodeo that there is. So I grew up with everybody into business, So then now my kids growing up with them and they see it because, I don't want to bring the father in, but because they see me doing it, now they've been watching me. And so they know and they learn from just watching me and knowing that that's what you have to do. And that's what, like you said, a lot of us don't have that to give to our kids. You need to own something. You need to step out and do something. It's working for somebody else is not the thing.
Now, being a single parent, knowing what you know now, how would you go back and do things differently as far as when it comes to opening up a business?
My only thing I can really say is that I would have done it sooner.
What made you want to get into the beauty supply business?
I'm from Richmond, but then I moved to Oakland. So in Oakland, there's a beauty supply store in every corner. I never had the issue. You go into the beauty supply, it's no issue. Moved out to Antioch 4 years ago, and there was no beauty supply around. I couldn't find one. So finally I found one, and it was like 3 miles from my house. So we go in there and the man's following us around. Now, remember in Oakland and Richmond, they didn't do that. So I'm like, what you doing? You know, and the kids were, of course, this is 4 years younger, and so they picking up stuff, and he's like, no, you know, you pick up, you buy, and, you know, I'm going through this whole thing, and I'm like, so this is not right. So I opened up something, because we as black people like to smell and touch.
Exactly.
Opened it up, and he was just like irate. So I closed it back up, left, never been back. That's when the light bulb went off. So knowing it's $1 billion business, knowing that we are the ones who spend, I think I'm gonna say 99%.
Of course.
It's black people
Of course.
going in there buying.
Of course.
They act like they know what we need for our products. They don't know. Knowing now that I'm in the business that they tripled their prices. My prices are nowhere near theirs. So it was just, the light bulb just went off.
What I love about coming in here is there's a stigma that's on our people, that's been on our people for a long time, that we're not professional, that we're mean, all of these horrible things that society has put on us as people. And walking into your store breaks that stigma. And I love it here. I've been just in awe since I've been here. And congratulations on your store.
Thank you.
And I wish you much success.
Thank you.
If you could tell anybody they feel like they're stuck in their current situation and they can't get out, and they want to be an entrepreneur, there's some dreams that they want to go for, what would you tell them as a woman that has went through the trenches to build your brand and build your store?
I now have a system. So, call me. I had someone, because I was going through so much trying to get a loan. I met a gentleman who's is a black man. He's in Atlanta, and he started opening up beauty supplies 15 years ago. So, you know, basically in Atlanta and East Coast, they have like, you know,
I'm from back there.
It's just not
very common
that we don't. So he's really, really good and knowledgeable of this industry. So he has set up a program which kind of helped me, because like I said, with a year and a half me trying to get a loan, well, I found him. I went through his whole system, but he has it now where you have to take a class, you know, but everybody needs to, because he teaches you the business. So no matter what you're into, it could be beauty, it could be you want a car dealership, car maintenance, a grocery store, whatever business you're thinking about doing, he can help you. No matter how bad your credit is, and all you gotta do is take a class. You take a class, I think it's like 21 weeks or something like that. You can reach out to me. He's gonna come here. It'll be hybrid, and it'll also be classes within my store.
Okay.
So that'll be a big help, because he wants to help our people to get off. And that's what helped me, because like I said, I've never done a brick and mortar, so I didn't know the ins and outs of retail. This man will teach you. I mean, I've learned so much just going to his conference. It's like you come out of the conference like, and it's cheap, you know. So you do have to pay into the class, but you get your money back, because he's gonna, at the end, whatever you ask for, whatever qualify for, you're gonna get it. So you get it from him, and he's going to also walk you through your process. He's going to say, yeah, your business is good because of this, that. No, your idea is not good because of this or that. He's going to walk you through.
I love it. I love it.
It's a win-win.
How would a person get in contact with you?
You can call my store, K Beauty Supply. My store is 925-206-4343.
Are you on social media?
And I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook. It's KANDK Beauty Supply.
What's the address here?
It's 5019 Lone Tree Way in Antioch, Suite C, and I'm right next to it, Popeyes.